Today I'm going to be eating for dinner one of my favorite foods that there is. It is this Whole Foods gluten-free soba noodle bowl. I don't know, I get sometimes hyper fixated on a certain food for a while. This one has outlasted many of my past obsessions. So what I like about it is it's a salad, but you can actually heat it up. So then it becomes more like a noodle bowl. And it's got a mix of different greens, bell peppers. I think the noodles are actually like a type of sprout. It has this really good tangy, savory sauce that honestly is what makes it so delicious. I get it pretty much whenever I possibly can. And every time I eat it, it still hits the same. I'm not sure how appetizing it will look on camera because frankly, once it's mixed up the way I've mixed it up, it's not the most visually pleasing, but I promise it is so good. It's crunchy and everything a salad slash fake noodle bowl ought to be. I'm serious, it's like my favorite food that there is at the moment. It has some sesame seeds, yeah, lots of shredded bell pepper, I think some purple cabbage. There's some kind of like chopped, I don't know if it's chives or like green onion. It's very, very, very good. I've thought about trying to make something like this at home. I know I can't make it quite the same. I like it this very specific way. Everything about the blend of textures is just perfect. It's crunchy, but then the sprout noodles are chewy. I don't know if I'd ever had like a warm salad before this. Though again, I don't know if that's exactly what I could call it. It does remind me a lot of recipes my mom made when I was a kid that probably were fairly similar. Though I think they would have had less, like, I think that there's lettuce in it. There's definitely cabbage. Like my mom definitely did make a lot of like stir fry veggie recipes, and a lot of them had a similar kind of savory, tangy flavor palette, which I just love. Like when you can use, honestly, I can't remember exactly what's in the sauce in this, but my mom uses like a lot of like yogurt based sauces, like that really good plain yogurt. And like to this day, I love to put yogurt in soup. It's just so good. Well, like one of my favorite recipes growing up that my mom used to make was butternut squash soup. As a kid though, I thought it was cheese soup. And she just kind of let me think that until I don't know how old I was, but I saw her like cutting up a butternut squash in the kitchen and I was like, oh, why are you doing that? And she was like, so I got something to tell you about the cheese soup. But I got over it because it's really good. You know, that like butternut squash, bunch of spices, and then a little bit of plain Greek yogurt. It's pretty hard to beat. There's also like, it's definitely green onion in this. And that is a big part of what makes it so delicious. And that's like another thing my mom used a lot. It's like green onion with kind of more savory vegetable recipes. I'm a huge fan of spaghetti squash as well. So that's fairly similar, I think, to this. Probably one of the most similar things I'd had before this. And it's really good. Spaghetti squash recipe. I've been gluten-free for like basically half my life at this point. It's something that I've always had a pretty bad intolerance for from a fairly young age. So that may be a bias just because I don't even know when I would have last had regular pasta. But I think things like this are literally more delicious. Something about it is just a little bit more satisfying to me. Wow. What I love about foods like this too is every bite is just as delicious as the first one. I swear I'm not being sponsored by Whole Foods. If they did ever want to sponsor me, that would be probably the best day of my life. But I just genuinely like this salad this much. I do have a few signature salads of my own that I love to make. I love to just make a really huge bowl and like stuff it with omega-3s. So I'll add some pistachios, some slices of avocado, smoked salmon if I can get my hands on it. Again, for that savory, tangy flavor, I'll also add in some pickled beets. Pickled beets in salad is, I didn't discover that until a couple years ago, and I was like, that felt like a game changer, to be honest. And some apple slices, because I think every salad does need a good crunch. And then just, honestly, all you need is lemon juice, and then like some of the right spices, or you could do like vinegar and olive oil, depending on what you like. Yeah, that's one of my favorite salads. I do also think that strawberries in salad, killer combo. Yeah, this is actually, I think, one of my favorite salads that, as far as I know, does not have any kind of fruit in it. There's not really any sweetness, and that is also fine by me. It is pure yumminess and warmth. I guess it kind of reminds me of like if you've ever had a really good like homemade stew and then it's sat in the fridge for like a day or two to the point where there's not that much liquid left. I don't know how common of an experience that is or not. For me growing up, it was pretty common and it was not a bad thing at all. My mom would just make these soups with all kinds of whatever random produce we had, and they were always amazing. And they would only get better over time, even as there was sometimes less liquid. I think that I've probably cracked it actually. I think that's what these salads remind me of the most. So, thank you, Mom, for the nostalgia. And thank you, Whole Foods, for making such a delicious meal. That also doesn't make my stomach hurt. And I also just love, I feel just the right amount of full after it. I really love like a good satisfying meal, but I definitely don't like that like overstuffed kind of feeling. So it's like just the right amount of like that really hit the spot, but without, you know, feeling sluggish or heartburny afterwards. You just feel really good. And if you do ever happen to get this salad, especially if you are a soup lover, I really do recommend heating it up. I was scared to do that when I first tried it. I was like, warm salad seems a little, I don't know. But yeah, it's just on another level. Endorphins. Yes. Only 1 or 2 bites left. It's okay. I'll have you again soon, my favorite salad. Yeah, clean plate club moment, but I just can't help it with this one. I want to get every last little bite. Well, thank you for joining me for dinner.